Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. Here are 5 easy exercises that can quickly loosen a stiff, achy back. Each one of these exercises works just a little bit differently. They're going to be shown in different positions, target different muscles. To get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. The first exercise is what I call the twist and lean. You can do this one standing or seated. Have very good upright posture. Just have your back as straight as possible. From there, put your arms out in front of you like this, kind of like a genie position. I always like to target the most stiff or painful side first. So let's say that I have a lot of right-sided back stiffness. What I'm going to do is slowly turn towards the other side as much as I can until I feel a deep but comfortable stretch across my back. We're going to hold this position and now take it to the next level by leaning or tilting away at the same time. So I'm going to twist and lean. At this point, you should feel a deep stretch forming across your shoulder blade that works across your ribs into your lower back towards your hip. Hold this for about 5 seconds and then release it. On the next repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more and repeat this 5 to 10 times. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like it's helping out, but it needs a little bit more, you can keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose or you're not getting any more improvement. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always repeat on the other to keep everything in balance. So one of the best exercises to quickly loosen a stiff back is by doing what is called the child's pose, but I'm going to show you a couple moves to add to it to get more relief. What we're going to do is start on all fours on a floor. Let's tuck our chin towards our chest, and what we want to do is take our hands and have them roughly about shoulder width apart and just kind of walk them out like this, just to the point where you start to feel a really good stretch in your upper back. Once you feel that, take your fingers and grip into the floor or the carpet. Treat them like anchor points so they don't slip during this exercise. What we're going to do instead is take our butt and just rock our whole body backward, taking our butt towards our heels. The more that you go back like this, the more that you're going to feel a deep, intense stretch form over your back. What you want to do is hold this position and then allow your chest right here to sag forward towards the floor. It will really deepen the stretch in between the shoulder blades. Let's hold this one for about 20 to 30 seconds, and during that time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. When you need to relax, just rock forward like this. But let's try to repeat this about 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. So a couple movements that you can do to take this one to the next level is by doing a reach towards one side. So what I'm going to do is lift one hand off and then reach towards the other side as much as I can, and then I'm going to repeat. You're going to notice it hits the back a little bit differently. So give that a try towards the right and also towards the left. If any of those positions offer more relief, at that point, throw more repetitions in. You can also do a move that's called threading the needle. So for this one, what we're going to do is get back into our original stretch like this, but let's take one hand off, have our elbow bent at 90 degrees, and what we want to do is reach towards the other side. So I'm just going to kind of scoop like this, moving through my shoulder blades. I like to hold this for about 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat this on the other side, doing this about 5 times on both sides. But if you feel like any of these movements are helping you out a little bit more, at that point, throw more repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. So this exercise is what I call the Cobra Scorpion, and it's a personal favorite because it can give a satisfying self-pop cracker release in your back. What we're going to do is start lying on our stomach. Depending on how firm your mattress is, you could probably do this one in bed, but it probably will be easiest to do on a floor. Let's support our upper body on our forearms. Mine are roughly in a V, and I just put my hands together. The first movement is called the Scorpion. What I'm going to do is bend my knees roughly at 90 degrees and then put my legs together. Now, keeping my upper body flat on the bed or the floor, what I'm going to do is slowly turn through my lower back and waist, lowering my legs and feet towards one side. The further that you go down, the more that you're going to feel a deep opening stretch throughout your back. And if it's locked up, you might get that satisfying pop that you're looking for. But just try to hold this one comfortably for a second or two, and then just like a windshield wiper, you're going to go towards the other side and repeat. I like to do this about 5 times on both sides. And with each repetition, just build into it a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it's helping out, but there's some stiffness left at that point, just keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose, or you're not getting any more improvement. But let's take this one to the next level and focus on some more muscles by doing what is called the Cobra. So for this one, I'm just going to lie flat, and I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to put them off to my side, roughly around my shoulders, tuck my elbows towards my side. Now what you want to do is use your arm strength to press your chest and shoulders upward like this as much as you can, while also keeping your hips and pelvis flat. So don't let them lift up like this. You should feel a deep stretch forming over your front core muscles that works towards your hips and also over the front of your thighs. Let's hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. With each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. To take this one to the next level though, instead of keeping our body straight, let's tilt it towards one side. So I'm just kind of leaning a little bit towards my right with my shoulders, and then I'm going to repeat this. You're going to notice it opens up the back a little bit differently. So give that a try towards the right and also towards the left. If any of those positions offer more relief, at that point, throw more repetitions in. So if you're dealing with a stiff back but also stiff hips, definitely give this exercise a try. What we're going to do is start seated. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain or stiffness, let's say it's your right side, take that side's ankle and place over your other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure 4. If you have a lot of difficulty getting into this position, to make it a little bit easier, just straighten your other leg out like this. Put your ankle over the other side's shin. That way you can grab your pant leg or in front of your shin right here and just slide it up into position. So the first thing that I like to do is target the glutes or the buttocks, the biggest instigator of lower back pain. What you want to do is take your hands, cup right around this bent knee. Now pull your knee across your body towards your other side's shoulder. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch form on the outer part of your thigh working across the hips. Once you feel it across the hips, you want to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, release it, and then repeat this 3 times. And with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. But let's take this one to the next level and focus a little bit more on our back. So this time around, what I'm going to do is take my bent knee and press it downward towards the floor, but don't use your hands. Instead, use your leg and hip strength. The more that you press down, the more that you're going to feel a deep activation of the muscles across the hip, including the glutes. We're going to hold this and now take the arm and hand on that painful side and place it overhead just like this. The first movement that we want to do is lean away from that painful side as much as we can. As we do this, we're going to feel a deep stretch form across our back, working towards the belt line into our hip. We're going to hold this for about 5 seconds, release it. On the next repetition, try to build into this a little bit more and just keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose or you're not getting any more improvement. Another movement that you can try is a twisting movement to target the muscles a little bit differently. So again, let's take this bent knee, press it downward towards the floor. We're going to hold this, and this time around I just put my arms out in front of me, or you can put them out like this. You just want to turn through your back towards the other side as much as you can till, again, you feel a really good stretch across your back. 5-second hold, you're going to release it, and then repeat this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. And for good measure, I would switch legs and repeat on the other side, even if it doesn't hurt, just to help keep everything in balance. So this exercise is going to be a little more advanced, but it's going to target a lot of muscles across the back, even into the hip. This is called the 90-90. To get into position, we're going to start on a floor with one leg straight out in front of us, knee bent at 90 degrees. Our other leg is going to be off towards our side, knee also bent at 90 degrees. You can use your arm on your side right here to just help stabilize yourself. So the first thing that we want to do is take this back hip and drive it straight downward towards the floor as much as we can until we feel a deep activation around the inner part of the hip, pretty much across the groin into the pelvis. Once we feel that, we're going to hold this during the exercise and now take our chest and start to lower it towards the floor. So I'm going to keep my back nice and straight. I'm going to pivot forward through my waist, lowering my chest towards the floor. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep activation of those muscles around the hips. So build into this one as much as you can. When you can't go any further, we're now going to take this one to the next level by taking the hand that's on the side of this back hip and just reaching towards the other side. So just rotate through your back and reach towards the other side as much as you can. I don't know if you just heard it over the microphone. I got a really good pop in my back. But I'm going to hold this comfortably for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then from there, I'm going to relax, and then I'm going to repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, just try to build into it a little bit more. If you would like to deepen this stretch though, what you can do as you reach towards the other side like this, also turn your chest and lower it downward like this towards the floor. It will deepen it considerably, so build into that one when you feel ready. Just make sure though, whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything nice and loose. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.